Yeah, I'm a master's degree student, an online MBA student. I am studying through Unicaf. Hi Chama, how are you doing? It's been a long time I put out a video like this, and honestly I have been skipping this video for weeks. Please excuse me in case you hear me sniffing or you hear me struggling, because like I said, I've been planning this video, but somehow some way things have not just been going, or I've just been too lazy. Let me put it that way. That's the definition. I have been lazy, and I've been battling fever for the past 3 days. I have been taking medications, but funny enough, I've not been feeling well, so I've been really struggling. I am going to plug you to this lip gloss. Don't worry, I will still talk about this lip gloss. I've been posting it, but I'll talk about it. Honestly, this lip gloss is fire. So let me use it so that people will not say I look like what I'm going through. I'm going through a lot, but still, let me not look it. Okay, something small. Right. Look at that. My skin don't crack. Black skin don't crack. My God. Okay, so what's this video about? This video is about gist. I have not been filming, or let's say I have been filming, but I've not been filming complete videos. So I'm struggling to combine everything together, because right now, if I combine all the content I have been filming together, it will just be scattered. Because I have some I filmed in April, at the end of April. I have some that I filmed in May, and some I filmed in June. So if I put everything together, you'll be wondering from where to where, Bolatibo. He's just moving here and there, but it's okay. So let's talk. Let me gist to people some of the things I have been doing for. One thing I've been doing for the past 1 year and 7 months. If you are on my WhatsApp, that's where the T is always at. You know me on my WhatsApp. I'm a different person on WhatsApp than I am here or any other app at all. Anyway, I've been dropping hints on WhatsApp that I am a student. Truly, I am a master's degree student who is somehow, some way approaching the end of her degree in a couple of months. I came to put it out here. Please don't look at this as an advert, and also please excuse the fact that I'm sweating. Like I said, I'm struggling with fever, I have catarrh, I have cold, I've been sneezing, and also I can't turn on the fan or the air conditioner. My windows are shut, so this place is very hot. But peep the skin, film the skin, zoom and film the skin. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a master's degree student, an online MBA student. So I started my master's in business administration in 2024 January, and it's supposed to run for a month and almost 2 years. But yeah, thankfully I was initially scared when I started, but now I am I'm almost done. So in my head I'm like, thank God I started, though maybe I should have even started earlier, but God is God, and God makes things work at his own time. So maybe you may have heard of them, but let me put it out there that they are legit. I am a beneficiary, and I do not regret banking with them. The only thing is, I will drop all the disclaimers, but one after the other. I'm talking too much. Anyway, so Unicaf. Yeah, I am studying through Unicaf. Hey, I've forgotten the meaning. My dad asked me about the meaning of Unicaf a while, some days ago. I think University of something in Africa. University of C, there's a name for C, and then there's Africa. I'll put it down in the description. But anyway, so Unicaf, I'm studying through Unicaf, and the name of my university is Liverpool John Moores University in the United Kingdom. So I am doing an online MBA with this school. So I'm putting it out there for you to know that you can trust Unicaf, and they're legit. So I'm going to walk you through all the process I went through to study with Unicaf and how it has been so far. So Unicaf, I think the first time I had an encounter with Unicaf was in 2022. Yeah, then I was actively, searching for schools to go to, and my go-to location was the UK. But even as at 2022, they were knocking me tuition fee, £15,000, £30,000, £25,000. I'm like, I'm going to pay all this money. How much does my father have? How many land does my father have? Who do I know? Where do I know them from? It was just here and there, here and there. Anyway, so in 2022, I think I saw an ad or thereabout on Unicaf. I registered, and the lady that reached out to me from Unicaf, we had a conversation, and yeah, we spoke. But I think they were giving, I don't remember, I think they were only giving a 25% scholarship at the time. And the 25% scholarship says, the point, actually, it was not even the scholarship that was my problem. My problem be say, I want to run away from Nigeria at that time. My plan was to Jackpa, but money to Jackpa didn't dey at that time. And that time, exchange rate was less than 700 to £1. Now imagine how much it is now to Jackpa when it's above 2,000. So yeah, I reached out to them in 2022, but like I said, I wasn't really impressed because I really wanted to travel, and they said it was an online thing. I'm like, I did my BSc at UNN in person, so why do I have to study online for masters? I always saw masters as a very difficult thing that you have to go out there, and let me know, like, who does not want to experience winter, summer, snow, and all of that? But yeah, that was it. Me then thinking about it. Now I couldn't run away technically in 2022. So 2023, I was still interested. I just had this passion. So, everybody in my house was saying, "Oh, Chidera, what's your plan?" My dad, especially, my father, any small thing, "Chidera, what's your plan? Chidera, this HNG you have done, what's your plan? Chidera, this small thing you have done, what's the next step?" I'm like, "Okay, I never even go near you. I never even crossed 2 steps. You don't be asking what's my plan. Even me that you're asking what's my plan, I've not even started to think about my plan for anything. I'm just living life as each day comes." Anyway, so in 2023, I was speaking with one of my colleagues in another country. I think we had these usual meetings where we already know I travel. So we had to travel, and then, the whole meeting thing happened. And, I was telling her, I want to travel. She was among those that was asking me, it was a plan for further studies and all of that. So I said, I want to do Unicaf. I saw uni. I told her I want to go to school. I want to do a master's. And she, from the whole options, because at the end of the day, money was the problem. So from all the whole options and this, that, she mentioned Unicaf. And I said, "Oh, I've encountered Unicaf before, but I didn't think they were legit, first of all. You're telling me to study online. I will not see you, you will not see me. Hey, we already know how I will not see you, will not see me used to end up. I didn't want." We're talking about money, like hoodie in foreign currency, not even in naira. Foreign currency is pointing money. So she told me, oh, her sister finished from Unicaf, and she traveled over to do her graduation, and thankfully, from the school and all of that, she was able to get a job there. So the sister lives in the UK now, she's working there. I said, that sounds juicy, then let me think about it. Came back, went back to all of my email addresses, because of course I said we already have the communication. So I went back to all of my email addresses, and then responded, reached out to the person again via email and said, oh, now I am interested in studying. Now there's a different, of course the person has probably stopped working there, so there was a different man. It was a man now that reached out to me. So he says, okay, they have options, they have options. He gave me all of the options. They have University of Suffolk. I think they said they have University of East London or something, and then they have Liverpool John Moores University. So trust me now, I spoke with my friends, my closest people, and that's my friends now who have done masters or who do masters. And one of them says, okay, go online, check, ranking of schools, and check the rank of these three schools, which one is higher. So I checked, and it was Liverpool John Moores University that was higher. I said, okay. Then I told them I want to go to Liverpool. They told me all the whole process. But before then, I told you the Nigerian in me, if it's my boss will say, Chidera, you don't used to trust anybody. So the Nigerian in me, I told my mom, because I was working, I didn't have the time to move back and forth. So I told my mom, and my mom took me, I told my mom to go to the place. So my mom called them, that I even had to tell her to pretend that she's not the one, that she's not my mother. But when she got there, because if you see my face, you have seen my mom's face, the person just recognized, because I had already sent all my documents, my passport photograph and all of that. So it's like, I know this person's mom. My mom said yes, but she's, anyway, she went there, she confirmed they were legit, and then, the whole process kicked off as usual. So I sent them all my documents. Now I am, I'm applying through Unicaf. So they were the ones that did the application to the school. So I told them the school I wanted. I sent in all my documents. They did the application. There was a lot of back and forth. But in the end, I got the admission. Now it was time to pay. And I had checked applying to Liverpool John Moores University to study an MBA. I think it was over 11K or 12K at that time. Oh, that was 2023 now. And Unicaf, thankfully, I think that year they were doing something about women, stuff. So they were giving scholarship to women. And I got a 75% scholarship. So that reduced my fee to about 3,000. I think it reduced my fee to about 3,000, almost 4,000, almost 4,000 pounds for schooling. So, I did all those things. Initially I was telling my boss, I didn't have enough money. I had some money, but I didn't have enough. Can I be paying? Because they said, they give you can pay. I think you can pay. I think you can pay monthly. So you pay your first part of the money, then the rest they divide it monthly. And my boss said, no, Chidera, even if you have to borrow money and pay that money, he insisted, borrow money and pay. So that was what I did. I spoke with my parents, I spoke with everybody I knew. Please, I need money. My closest people, of course, that I could tell. I told them this is what I'm looking for, and we're able to get the money, and I paid. Thank God I paid. In fact, the week I was supposed to pay, I think few days before, I think 3 or 4 days before I paid, the exchange rate was still 650 be 700. When I was paying, can you believe that the exchange rate had risen to 900? So I paid the first one. When I paid, they said no, that at the time I was paying, my exchange rate has gone up by another 150. So I had to now look for another money again to complete it. Till today, I feel like I should be, if I see my boss, I should be spreading wrapper for him to work. All my clothes should be on the floor. Because if not for that advice, I want to say they pay exchange rate of 2K. Where will I see the money from? So, I did all the whole processes. I paid, we did everything together. Then I told them I wanted to start in January, because you can pick when you want to begin. So I told them I want to begin in January. They told me I could work. I'm going to do 4 courses, and then my project, which is number 5. So and one thing I like about Unicaf is that it's very flexible. So they take into account that people are working, some others, are married, or whatever the case may be. So they only allow 1 course for every 3 months. But for the whole duration of the program is 5 courses, 4 courses and your project. So they allow 1 course for 13 weeks, 13 weeks for each course. So after each course, you have about a week or 2 break before the next. So when you pass, and the way they do it is that you must pass 1 course before you go to the other one. So when you finish your first course, was the portal ticks that you can pass, that you have passed, then the second course will be open for you to apply. Other than that, on your own, you must pass. Now let's get down to why I love Unicaf. Number 1, we're not doing any exams. Those that went to UNA with me, those that went to my secondary school with me, if you are watching this video, you already know that Chidera and reading, for exam, we are like this. And the way I used to navigate my exam then in UNA was night reading. I think I learned that from secondary school. I took it to university. It's 1 month, 3 weeks to exam. We go to run night class, till the end of the exam. Night class, la cram, la pour, la cram. So imagine if I were doing that kind of test and exam now, how will I be doing it with a 9 to 5 entrepreneurship, content creation that I just started, thanks to God, and things like that. It was just everything was super me. But thankfully, on Unicaf, you don't have to do any exams, you don't have to do any tests. It is writing. You will think. You will think and think and think and think. You're literally doing research. Honestly speaking, you're doing research for every course. You're not writing any test, you're not writing any exam. Research is all you're doing. So, and it's a pace thing. It's like if you have done courses like Udemy, Coursera, you understand. At the beginning of the course, everything is posted for you there. You have your own time to study at your own pace. The only thing is when they give you the deadline for submission of mid-term or mid-course assignment and the end of course assignment, there's a deadline. You must submit it at those times. If not, you are going to be penalized in terms of scores. And also, everything works smoothly. Their response, anytime I send them an email, honestly, really fast, sometimes even less than 48 hours, I get a response. And they ensure they work on my request ASAP, no delays. I don't experience any delays from them. The only downside to Unicaf I feel like I don't like or I'm not comfortable with is the fact that I am doing an MBA, I am doing a master's, but I don't have any physical contact with anybody. I don't have any physical contact. That was one thing when I started the course, I wish I had known before I started the course. It's not like it would have affected me from doing the course, because actually, if you don't have money to jackpot, you might as well do something while, making other plans or cancelling that plans, and you already have a master. So really, what's the need? Just put your masters to good use and do what, they don't, there's no physical, as I am like this. I am doing this course with a couple of persons. I don't know them. They don't know me. The one time I reached out to one of my classmates, the conversation was not even like, I was talking this, she was talking the other, we're just saying different things altogether. It wasn't flowing. I'm sorry about that. It wasn't flowing like it should. And, there's no conversation with the professor. I think there was one time like that I had reached out to them, there was a mix up somewhere, and I needed to speak with the professor directly to clear things. And they told me, oh, you don't reach out to professors, you only reach out to the student support, and the student support to sort things out. That's the only downside. But the good part is, I reached out to them, I told them everything I needed them to do, and then within few hours, the professor responded to my email. He told me send an email, copy the professor, copy them, student support, and everything was sorted out. And within like 2, 3, 4 hours, the professor responded and did everything I needed the professor to do. So that's, for me, like, that's literally sums up Unicaf. For one thing I have taken out of Unicaf is I don't think there is anything you would tell me to write that I will not write about. I may not necessarily have 100% idea. I'm sorry about that. I may not necessarily have 100% idea of what it is I am writing about, but honestly, if I have any idea at all, I will sit down and I will develop that idea to the best of my knowledge. That is one thing I love about Unicaf. You would research about organizations because there are different courses, and then you get to figure out how you want to write your course, your tasks. They'll tell you write about maybe leadership. You are the one that has to determine the company you're going to write about. You're going to make research and all that. And it was just, everything just has been moving smoothly with Unicaf. So honestly, if you have been doubting Unicaf, right now is a time for you to take on Unicaf. Do not sleep on Unicaf, honestly. If you want to jackpot like me, but your money never complete, it's okay. Nobody's against you jackpotting, but while you are, they will say, do not put all your eggs in one basket. How they say that the bird at hand is better than something in the bush. I can't remember. Please complete it for me. I'm so sorry. I'm not a poet or anything, but I don't know. Anyway, so why you want to jackpot, the one that you see now, take advantage of it. You never know where it is going to help you, because by the time every other person is shouting, I'm a master's degree holder, me too, I'll be shouting, I'm a master's degree holder. Is anybody going to come and ask me, how did you obtain your master's? No. The only thing they say is, where's your master's certificate? I will present it. I have an MBA. If I'm done with my MBA, I want to do another course again, I will say, okay, I'm working. I mean, I don't have to quit my job to move anywhere to work. I have a full-time job. I'm doing my content creation stuff. I'm doing my perfume business. I'm doing school. It's stressful, I will not lie. Especially now when I'm about to begin my project. It is heck. Oh my God, you don't even want to know. It is hectic. Now that I'm on the course of beginning that, because I'm going to do a lot of research to put in so many words together. But if you look at it on the bright side, it is actually economical. But what I want to tell you, if you don't have money, if you don't have £5,000 that you're not using, don't register. Please, I'm begging you. It is not a way for me to discourage you. I'm just telling you, if you know you cannot pay the money at once, do not register. Because if you pay now that the amount is, I don't know how much pounds, but I know it's around 2,000. If you pay now that pounds is 2,000, tomorrow pounds may change to being more than 2,000 or 2001. So you don't want to be at a disadvantage where you are paying maybe 500k this month as exchange rate, and the next month you are asked to pay 650,000. Please, if you know you don't have the money to pay full money, I would encourage you, either you look for where to borrow money or you source for money somewhere, but do not say, don't subscribe to let me pay full money, let me pay half of my money, and then they're not the third person. Either way, please, if you know you can keep up with paying every month, please register. Unicaf is smooth, Unicaf is amazing, and honestly, they even give you the option. Let me put it there. If you have the money to jackpot or to travel for your graduation, when it's time for your graduation, you can travel to the UK, to your school, and graduate with your people. I think last month they had graduation of those at University of Suffolk. Sorry. And it was encouraging because I saw them, they were all smiling, and in my head I'm like, I'm the one that's next to, I'm the next person, and I'm next to. But anyway, that comes the end of my TED talk. Alright, I love you so much, okay? And you know I will always bring you the tea. Alright, bye guys. Mwah. Please, before I off my phone, okay, please like, share, subscribe. Subscribe. Let me leave this 68. I've been on 68 subscribers for over a month now. Please, I'm begging in the name of Jesus. I want to get into the 100. Let me enter 100. Please, your all will not spoil. I love you so much. Okay, bye. Mwah.